hot mics happening?
Should be good. Yeah, everybody's
Tyler East Butt.
Welcome to episode 14.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's episode 12.
How do you remember it based on starting at 10? That's right. I'm going to start by
He started counting and stopping.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's how you know he worked in money.
I'm going to start by pointing out the elephant in the room. We do have chocolate on the couch today.
Yeah.
Hey, blends in a little bit.
Talk about elephant.
Mr. Donald, Donny. That's the elephant. We got it out of the way. And I'm going to start by letting the guest pick a time. Don't look.
Oh. Well, you got
15 minutes on the clock.
15 minutes on the clock.
All right.
Might be too stuck together. I don't know.
Why would I get this question? To start it off, let me undo this tape.
This is mine. Yeah.
This is,
I had it perfect on this.
good Lord.
This is a part of it. Yeah,
All right.
Nice. Okay.
The question.
All right.
Should a friend group care about their DE and I rating?
Yeah, rating.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm going to let the Whitey start. What's the
No, dude,
What is
I don't think they
DEI?
should. I don't think they should. I think to be diverse, equitable, and inclusive, I don't think you need to have diversity. I think you can be diverse without diversity.
Well, to start, you're putting people in boxes
Yeah.
to look at it that way. So I just think.
Well, so this question comes off the tail end of I went to Richmond, Virginia this past weekend for a bachelor party. There's 3 colleges or universities within that town, and it was a group of white guys, I believe 10 white guys, 2 Palestinians. And 2 ladies approached our table and asked us where the DEI was in our group with a straight face. It was a Caucasian female and a Asian descendant.
blue or pink hair?
No, none of that. Like, you wouldn't really have expected this question to come my way at that point. And yeah, that's why this question.
Did somebody look at him and say, no, this is a meritocracy? We do it based off, we invite our friends based
Literally,
off merit?
it was an FBI agent that responded. He was like, yeah, we don't have that. Turned back and they kept talking about Jurassic Park. Like, straight back to dinosaurs, man.
So you got the autistic kid,
They're
right?
like,
Right. It doesn't have to be tied to race. You can
Yeah, you're a redhead.
Right. You can have a female that's
In a way.
in the group, right?
Right.
So you still have diversity in that. It doesn't always have to be a black or white thing. They don't let it make it.
Yeah, or Palestinian, or
Palestinian,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like the age-old thing that you grow up with is like, oh, you're racist. No, I'm not. I have a black friend.
Totally.
Yeah, you're gonna pull that right out.
That mattered as a kid. I also came from a very white school, so it's like, let's go. I have the urge to do it right now. I'm playing golf with a black man tomorrow morning. He's my best friend. So, I mean, that's the urge that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I do think, though, on that, Kalanji always talks about this. My buddy Kalanji, shout him out, Nike Airman. He always talks about how white people should be cultured, though.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
He was like he was like, my value as a black, this is him talking, as a black man is to give you the culture that you need. That's always what he said.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree. I think all friend groups should have at least one black friend because they can see the world in a different way that you probably can't.
Yeah.
So having them in your friend group, they just help you to have a different perspective and how you can just move in
So
certain
diversity,
situations.
by that, we just mean we need a black friend.
That's right.
Every friend.
There we go. There we go. That's why we got chocolate on the couch.
Whether there's women or Palestinians or any
don't
of that
matter.
other stuff. Yeah, that don't matter. It just gotta be. We need
not.
black culture in our lives. I agree with that. I grew up with a lot of black friends. All my basketball team was like my best friends. They were always at my house hanging out. And so that's how I do feel like I was cultured. Is like they were kind of putting me on to new music and the best food, the best places to get good food.
Yeah. So
I think they're the best dancers.
Yeah.
hey, watch that accent. Hey, you're too far north, brother. You're too far north. I do feel honored that I do know what CPT is. Ooh.
You said CPT?
CPT.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I feel uncultured all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Do you not know CPT?
CPT.
If a black person says we're around the corner, we're not around the corner. We're probably like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh,
Other people time.
Right.
Gotcha.
Bingo. Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
So there's just things like that, man.
When we say we're around the corner or on our way, we're not actually on our way.
We ain't leave the house yet.
Dude, Caleb Presley did an interview with a Big X The Plug, and he was like 45 minutes late. It's like, we know what happened.
Yeah.
We know what happened.
that's
That's
hilarious.
excellent. What's it? Excellent. Little 4-minute piece there.
Yeah.
Not bad.
What next? Who's next? What do we
What's
got
the-
next?
Yeah, I mean, what would be the value of having like an Asian or Indian friend though?
Accounting.
I mean, you guys get it. And elephants.
Science and technology.
And
B,
great food.
Going
Yeah.
over to you next. He's gonna pull Mayhem. He wanted.
Yeah, I
Mayhem.
want a mayhem. I want a mayhem. The Mayhem Classic.
Here we go.
Was Gwyn the GOAT CrossFit event? Ooh, Gwyn was
So
awesome.
I'm not gonna
Oh.
lie. I saw Hillard talk about it. What the hell is this event? You had to basically
15,
choose a weight
12,
and do it
9.
unbroken.
You didn't get to choose the weight. They chose the weight for you.
185, right?
Yeah, 185
Yeah.
is what they settled on, and you had to do the 15, 12, and 9.
Who
unbroken.
settled? Athletes came together and talked about it.
No,
the-
Mayhem. Rich,
Okay.
JR, Angelo, Austin Malialo.
What was the female weight?
Who cares?
Was it 130?
I don't know.
I think it was probably
assume
135.
135?
Yeah, 125, 135. I don't know.
I'll do some quick math. I'm
Yeah.
not Asian, so I can't do this in my head.
What 70? You're going to take roughly 70% of it.
Yeah, 135 probably.
Yeah, I thought-
129 and a half.
And
I
was
thought
15,
it was
12, 9?
awesome. Yeah.
And you had to go unbroken.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gwen also. No, I'm thinking of Ingrid and. You don't, there's no burpees in that one.
No,
is there?
No.
just the barbell.
Just the barbell.
clean and jerk. There was some controversy about there was a couple no reps that were controversial. It's like judges, like there were in the athlete brief, they were specific about you could re-grip, but you couldn't like bury the bar in your hip. So if there was any hip back and try to re-grip, it was a no rep. If your hands came off the bar, it was technically supposed to be a no rep. So Gabby McGowan, her last rep, she cleaned it, caught it in her elbow, got it back to her front rack, got her hands on it and pressed overhead. Rich's thing to that was like, she didn't gain an advantage by doing that.
No.
Now, she did place higher than other females that didn't do that, but there was no advantage gained by her losing the grip and fighting to get that bar back to the front rack. So that's where they kind of were okay with there not being a penalty or a no rep given for that.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, Victor Hoffer, very knowingly, like to the most of the crowd, did not do 200 double unders in the final event, which possibly affected the leaderboard, not who qualified, but just how everybody striated out in the leaderboard.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of this representation at the games now of forcing athletes to do things a certain way? Like the example that comes to my mind, which I kind of liked, I thought it was a cool twist. It was the final workout one year, and I don't know the actual rep scheme, but it was row into heavy ass barbell, maybe a yoke carry at the end. I can't really remember, but they forced the athletes. You were literally DQ'd if you did not row in under a 145 or a 140.
That was Jackie, wasn't it?
I think it was Jackie.
Yeah.
It was like Jackie.
1,000-meter row that you had to get done in a certain amount of
Had
time.
to, yeah. You
Yeah,
had
with
to
the
get it
twist, with the yoke, because I do think I remember that with the yoke.
done. Something. And it was, it was Jackie.
I don't love that, if I'm being honest. I don't love forcing strategy onto athletes. I think that's part of what we're testing is like who has their wits about them during a high heart
Who
rate
knows
event.
himself the best. in
Yeah,
terms of-
so I don't necessarily love forcing the unbroken. For Gwyn specifically, I thought it played out really well because you kind of saw like there was a lot of gaming in that last heat of the guys. Austin, Jeff Adler, kind of like teasing, walking up to the bar and not picking it up, walking to get chalk and not going to the bar right away.
That's just me resting.
Yeah. there was a lot of that like gamesmanship going on, which I thought was fun for the show. And for the fans, for people watching.
But it's not gonna. I mean, you can't universally apply that to a lot of things.
No,
right?
I don't mind like the like minimum work requirement.
Yeah.
So I think that's sort of what the row was in a way. Like you had to at least get the row done in a certain amount of time. But I still think
I think it would have always been interesting if on a rope climb you had to force the athletes not to touch the ground. It was tall enough
touch
to
and
rope
go.
that hands had to come underneath a tape line
And go
then
right back
up.
up.
and go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You could fireman down, but you had to stop yourself before you hit the ground and then go back up.
Huh.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
that's
cool.
interesting.
We might see it soon.
Yeah.
We might.
Might. Did they see this video?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Well, Tyler can't send it to Castro anymore because he's blocked.
No,
on it.
What
Not on
you do to
YouTube
piss
yet.
that man off?
I don't remember. What are our thoughts on the Mayhem Classic? So Mayhem obviously is a very popular training camp, if you will.
Probably the most
Putting on
popular.
the competition and then having it be a competition that qualifies people
Love
for the
it.
games. What do we
Love
think
it.
about that? Any
I think it's
conflicts of
awesome.
interest?
Yeah, but I'm gonna
No.
I'm gonna say it back to you based on knowing your point around this. Is like, is Mayhem the only one that can do that in your mind?
If they're the only one that can afford the $200,000, $300,000 to host the
Okay,
event,
so
then
it's
yeah.
the money thing. It's not Rich Froning's clout.
Well,
No, you're basically paying for a couple of tickets and invites to the CrossFit Games as a camp. You're buying the invitations from CrossFit. I know that's not exactly how the structure's set up, but for the money that they dumped into hosting the event, streaming it live for free for people to follow on and watch, which is a marketing play for them to sell more programming.
Yep.
I've got no problem with it.
Well, watch this. I'm gonna piss him off real quick. So do you think it needs to be a little bit like the FDA though, in that there has to be some type of bias of interest or conflict of interest training? You can't buy the stocks in that specific.
I mean, there's undeniably a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Whether it matters is
Every sport
right.
has a home field advantage in every sport. The Boston Red Sox played a field that is unlike any other field. So when you go into Boston to play there, the outfielders have a distinct advantage of how the ball's going to play off the green monster, or how to play the right field wall, or in Houston, how to play the hill in the center field. So it's like, it's not absent from sport, a home field advantage.
yeah. Nobody's saying that, but I think
Then the conflict of interest thing doesn't really hit. It's like, well,
In
no,
terms of programming.
it's a home field advantage.
well, they don't play all the games at Boston and Fenway Park.
Right.
They split the series.
Sure.
Right.
And
Games aren't held in an affiliate. They're held.
if you've gained the advantage through either a better record or a higher standing in your division, you earn the home field advantage. Not just, you don't just pay for the home
And
field.
I never
Right.
looked it up. Did Mayhem athletes perform better across the board?
I mean,
No.
2 of 6.
Two of the six.
So
No. Only one American qualified for Mayhem Classic. Paige Rogers was the only American on the podium.
Yeah, we've kind of been
Canadians,
hurt.
Russians.
Russian.
People are
French.
just like, I think that Viking blood across the pond, and I don't know, they're just pissed off over there, man.
it could just be a marketing ploy. It could just
It
be for
definitely is a
them.
marketing
Yeah,
That's all
play.
it
They're
is,
def-
right? It could just
But
be
well,
they want
because
to keep their
even
name
some
out
of their
there.
athletes like said that, like, if you think we have an advantage, come and train with us.
Right.
Like, that's sort of their play. Is like, if you think we have an advantage in our competition and in training for CrossFit, then come and join
Yeah.
us.
So
The numbers are. Do you think the numbers are always staggering? I remember 2 or 3 years ago hearing the stat on like the amount of Mayhem athletes that qualify across the board in terms of the games and age group, teen and just normal, whatever. There was, I think the stat was like 72 athletes or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
they probably just have
Well, yeah, they
so many
probably-
people.
Yeah.
They probably have the largest training camp.
Yeah.
Easy.
I think
So-
a number I heard a year or two ago was like close to 5,000 athletes that were, I guess, qualified for the quarterfinals were Mayhem athletes. So they had 5,000 athletes.
Yeah, but what percentage is that of all the Mayhem athletes? You know, instead of just looking at the absolute number,
I have no idea.
look at all the. I know, like
have
we
no idea.
probably don't have the data readily
And
available.
Mayhem's
but-
been around for how long, right? So I'd imagine they just continue to keep growing and growing and growing. The same thing with Fraser, right? At
Yeah.
some point, hard work pays off. We'll probably have the exact same
I
kind
don't
of following.
think so, though.
Or
I
no?
don't think he's as embedded as Rich is. I think Rich has a little bit more cachet and clout within the CrossFit community. I think
Okay.
Matt's really talented and
Yeah.
super fit, but he's like, I mean, there was a video of him sitting with the Buttery Bros. And they
Fraser?
like asked him about like the quarterfinals. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're gonna ruin my day by talking about CrossFit," and like that clip has gone viral. And so maybe he's playing into the villain role a little bit,
Right.
and he probably should. But
Right.
I don't think he's gonna have the following that Rich has. But I also
What about Tia? Proven.
Right.
yeah,
That might be
I
a
think
better
that has
example.
more of
Yeah.
a shot. I
Yeah.
think that they have more of a shot, and I could see them like sort of taking the syndicate crown because that's been hosted down in Tennessee
Yeah.
and Knoxville.
Are they watering down their brand though by dipping in a Hyrox? Because that's what I
Yes.
think is like
Yeah.
the reason why Rich has a lot of clout is he's always been in CrossFit
Yeah.
lane. You know,
Yeah.
like
Right.
has he even done a Hyrox?
I don't think so. I think he's done like Leadville and like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Right.
And he's done like the triathlon.
What do you think though, as like someone in the public, like that realm of things?
As a roxer.
I don't know. I think what it does is it just opens you up to new possibilities because with Proven and Tia Claire being good at high rocks, she's able to then reach new markets. So she can say, I can be a badass CrossFitter and I can jump into high rocks and still dominate in this. So then it shows you that, hey, I can be multifaceted, not just tied to one thing.
Adler said that in one of his post-workout interviews. Like he's like, I just want to get this weekend over with. I'm move on to the next thing. He's doing a high rocks this weekend.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Jeff Adler.
Jeff Adler.
Yeah.
And it might just make you a
50%.
better athlete. It might not necessarily make you worse because then
Yeah.
I think Hyrox helps you to have an engine and get through some of those workouts that.
Well, because
will.
does HWPO and Proven now have like Hyrox tracks?
HWPO has like 6
Everything.
different tracks.
Everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have Hyrox. I know Proven does.
Proven
I
does,
think
yeah.
that's
They do.
definitely a
They do,
watering
yeah.
down.
To Don's point, because Hyrox is more accessible, Therefore, I think you could probably sell more Hyrox programs. I think tapping it, if we're talking about a business,
Yeah.
like I think that's very advantageous to start selling Hyrox programs because
So like
of the craze right now.
like they were saying that Mayhem will always draw like that upper tier CrossFit athlete, where now Proven and HWPO is maybe having to rely on drawing from Hyrox community and a little bit of the CrossFit community to have
sell more
larger,
programs.
wider product.
Sure.
And what I've seen in my gym is we have a lot of people who will do Hyrox, but since we're at a CrossFit gym, they get to see the CrossFitters working out, and they go, "Oh, what's that?" So then you start to see some Hyroxers start to slowly merge into doing CrossFit because of that.
Well, yeah, because like what you've done 3 or 4, you said.
Yeah.
And like at some point, it's kind of boring.
Yes.
Where it's like it's just the same race, it's the same race, it's the same race, and you want to have a new flavor. That's the variance of CrossFit. That's
Yes.
where like the constantly varied nature kind of makes it appealing.
Yeah.
And I kind of had that sense too that people would do that. It's like, oh, you get into the racing through Hyrox, and then you realize that there are higher levels of skill when it comes and weights when it comes to weightlifting.
Correct. Yep.
And so you'll make that merge or that jump over to doing something a little bit more skill and strength based, which I think CrossFit.
Do you think Hyrox will ever have multiple different styles of events, or do you think it'll be the same? They'll just stay tried and true on what they have?
I think they'll stay tried and true.
I think they need a season 2. You know how like a video game goes through like a season 2 and they put out new skins, new maps, new game modes? Like Hyrox needs a season
Hyrox
2.
needs a new map, dude.
Yeah, they do. They need to at least like switch up the order of the stations.
I was just gonna say,
maybe they don't
reload.
create new workouts, but like the order switches.
Right, do it backwards.
Yeah.
Or like they need to add some flavor to it to get people excited. But I think right now their whole motto and the way they have it set up is everyone loves it. No one's complaining because people can track it. So people say, I can track my race from a year ago to this, and it's all the same. So if anybody can have those measurements, then they're just going to keep doing that over and over and over again.
To me, it's hilarious how we're having this conversation on Hyrox, and it's always been my same thing with like marathon or half marathoners. It's literally you're running the same distance every single time and trying to beat your time. There's no variance in terms of like, you fucking got to go over here and do kettlebells or lunges.
Other than the rope.
It's just running.
Other than the
That's
course, the topography of the course.
Correct.
Like that's the only thing that changes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it just, that's always so wild to me. That's why I can't be a runner. I can be a track star, but I'm not gonna
There is one more topic we need to discuss. We should pick this one out by hand. Give me this. Give me this.
Tyler's a cheater.
I know exactly which one he wants to go to too.
Here, I'm gonna let you read this one, Don.
When is the appropriate time for the N-word pass?
Wow, Don, I can't believe you wanted to talk about this.
That's crazy, man.
I think
When is the
you got to
appropriate
answer that
time?
question first.
When is the appropriate time? It depends. The first answer is you got to have some black friends first to say it.
Yeah.
But you also have to have known this black individual or person for a long time, right? I have people that I've grown up with that they have gotten the N-word passed, not because I say, hey, you can say this. It's because we've been hanging out and I'm like, oh, that's my nigga, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, they'll look at me and I'm like, okay, you can say it. Right. But it's more so I know the person, we have that rapport, and I know they're not saying it in a very malicious way. So if it's just the nigga, like that's fine.
Yeah.
And it's all about the intention behind it. Like if you are not a racist and if I know you and know that you mean well, then I'll let it slide out. But if it's somebody that I'm just meeting off the street and you try to just act cool and want to let it slip out, then
now you're trolling.
right?
Now you're trolling.
Open hand slap or something.
Yeah.
But it just depends.
Well, that's
Even
what's
with
confusing
that-
for a white person because you might have the pass from one, and it's not like it's
That's
you don't really have it.
Two thoughts is if you get the pass from someone, you really can only use it with that
Yes,
person.
correct,
Like
yes.
you don't get to then go use it.
Who was present
like a
at
whole
the time?
Who gave you yours?
Right.
You have to pull out your ass.
There's a picture of Don.
right.
And then two for me, there's a video of it's not J-Rock, it's another rapper talking about Eminem being the only white guy that's ever called him the N-word.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was so cold then it wasn't racist. So like if it's dope, it's not racist.
Right.
So like if
Yeah.
you make it into a conversation and people are laughing and jiving with it, then you're good. But if you like
everybody
say
stops.
Yeah.
a stranger on the street, like
Hell no.
Well,
definitely
dude,
not.
I also think
Hell
on
no.
that line of things, it's like I don't think I sound cool enough to pull it off. I can't.
You don't give yourself the pass.
Like, well, but just like me singing along in my head with it, it's like even in a song I can't.
You're a ginger. Are you a ginger?
No, I'm technically blonde, but it's like
I'm about to
the
say
beard
gingers
is-
are the new black. So you would have been
yeah,
able to
there's-
get the
Yeah.
somewhat of a
It's just the
pass.
red. It's really
The red,
prevalent
right?
in your
But I just
beard.
feel like it's the vernacular. It's the finesse of
You wanna try to
saying
say it
the
right
word.
now?
Well, there's a like Fox News bit of they're like arguing about it, and the black dude just goes, "Say it. You want to say it? Yeah, say it right now." He's like, "I can't say it." He's like, "Yes, you can."
That accurate. You're like, I can't.
You want to practice right now?
Here we go. Now,
Let's roll off.
yeah. The one thing I find is pretty funny. I have a buddy named Khalil, and he'll
Sound like a black.
with my other buddy Isaiah, he'll hard R it, and my other Isaiah still goes. He goes, "Whoa, dude! Like, it seems like the hard R, no matter what race,
Yeah.
you can't do that one. You can't.
That
do
is funny.
I
Between my friends, we will every once in a while, out of nowhere, somebody will hit you with the hard R, and we'll just look like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
This is why white people still say it.
I always think of Theo Vaughn clips too. He's talking to Brendan Schaub about his dad being from Nicaragua. He goes, "Yeah, all my Nick cars down there."
And he's like, "Whoa, dude! Hopefully the audio is clear on that."
Well, we were even saying last week or 2 weeks ago, Ricky's like, yeah, that one thing that you sometimes put in salad dressing, I can't even say that word. Brian's like, vinegar? Yeah. He's like, I can't even say the word.
I literally double take before I say it.
If it's any word with a G, I think it's I can't say it.
Exactly.
Here we go.
Exactly, dude.
Who did Bill Clinton have an affair with? But you can say her name very slowly and say the first name only.
Wait. Why is only Monica Lewinsky?
There
on
you go.
Monica.
Yeah, slow it down.
Monica.
Slow it down.
Monica.
There you go.
That's why Jack Harlow named his album that.
Right.
It was R&B, was Monica, and everybody's like, man, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was
That's
doing.
wild. Well, I was in Destin with some buddies. We were just on a big dudes trip, and my one friend, Kendall Davis, who's a police officer down in Oklahoma, he goes, "Go up to Kalanji and say, 'What up, my ninja?' and see if he double takes." And like, you just got to say it. You just got to say, "Go up." And as I was saying it, like I double clutched and I like stuttered at the beginning, and it came out so wrong. And I just couldn't live. That's why I'm too white. I'll take a little Dicky approach on this. Like, he's not gonna say it because you just don't have the moves. It's like, yeah.
Rick, so funny. I can't say ninja. I can't say vinegar.
I am kind of cultured on a dance floor, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
much.
He is. That's
Hey.
true. That's true. He's got moves.
Yeah.
Wow, guys.
This
That
has
was
been
electric.
fun.
That was
22
electric.
Yeah.
minutes. Thanks,
See you on the
folks.
streets.
Appreciate you joining
OG
us.
Don.
Thanks for having
See
me,
you on the
baby.
streets,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yo, OG Donald is like a ninja. A ninja? Come on, man. A ninja! But do we have the pass to call him that? The pass? We're boys. We don't need a pass. Exactly. Ninja OG Donald. Do we have the pass to call him that? Yeah, we're tight. You guys are wild. My ninja.